Arif Dirlik was born in 1940, in Mersin, Turkey and died on December 1, 2017, in the USA. He was a U.S. historian of Turkish origin who has published extensively on historiography and political ideology in modern China, as well as issues in modernity, globalization, and post-colonial criticism. Dirlik received a BSc in electrical engineering at Robert College, Istanbul in 1964 and a PhD in history at the University of Rochester in 1973. Dirlik taught at Duke University for 30 years as professor of history and anthropology before moving in 2001 to the University of Oregon, where he served as Knight Professor of Social Science, Professor of History and Anthropology, and Director of the Center for Critical Theory and Transnational Studies. He subsequently accepted a short-term appointment as Chair Professor of Chinese Studies, Professor by courtesy of the Departments of History and Cultural Studies, and Honorary Director of the Chinese University of Hong Kong Chiang Ching-kuo Foundation Asia Pacific Center for Chinese Studies at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. He has served as visiting professor at the University of British Columbia, University of Victoria BC, University of California Los Angeles, École des Hautes Études en Sciences Sociales in Paris, the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and Soka University of America. He is the recipient of Fulbright, NE, Chiang Ching-kuo, and ACLS fellowships. He has been a Fellow of the Netherlands Institute for Advanced Studies, the Nordic Institute for Asian Studies, Copenhagen, the Program in Ethnic Studies at the University of Colorado, International Institute for Asian Studies Leiden and Amsterdam, the China Center for Comparative Politics and Economics of the Central Bureau of Compilation and Translation in Beijing, and the Peter Wall Institute for Advanced Studies at the University of British Columbia. He has been honored with distinguished adjunct professorships at the Center for Marxist Social Theory of Nanjing University, Beijing University of Language and Culture, and the Northwest University for Nationalities in Lanzhou. Dirlik had served or continues to serve on the editorial boards of Boundary 2, Interventions, UK, China Review Hong Kong, Asian Studies Review Australia, China Information the Netherlands, China Scholarship Beijing, Cultural Studies, Beijing, Inter-Asia Cultural Studies Taiwan and Singapore, Norwegian Journal of Migration Research, Asian Review of World Histories, South Korea, Research on Marxist Aesthetics, Nanjing, Register of Critical Theory of Society, Nanjing, International Critical Thought Beijing, Passages in Literature Istanbul, and Contemporary Chinese Political Economy and Strategic Relations and International Journal Malaysia. He is the editor of 2 book series, Studies in Global Modernity Sunny Press, as well as co-editor with Dr. Ru Keping of a series of translations from prominent Chinese official intellectuals, published by Brill Publishers in the Netherlands. Dirlik's works have been translated into Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Turkish, Bulgarian, French, German and Portuguese. Consider revising the summary to make it less elaborate and less focused on accolades.